Hi. Happy Valentine's Day. How's everybody doing? I'm getting DoorDash. I ordered me prime rib. I've been cleaning up my apartment, selling stuff. My TV stand is gone, and I'm like cold. It's been so cold here, but it warmed up today. And Coloradans are so hilarious because when it gets like to 45, 46, 47, they have their shorts on. And I looked out because like my patio overlooks the pool. So it's nice. And I was like, what? There was a lady in the pool with her kid. And so like it's heated, yes, but like it got up to 50 degrees. So that's why, they're in their shorts, like they're like, put your coats away. I still have my sweater on, especially inside. And I had my fireplace on all the time. So like my heat would not even go on hardly. I would have it on and I'm like, and I even rolled the carpet back out because I rolled the carpet up in the video. Because I rolled it up because I was on the patio cleaning the barbecue and it was so dirty and I didn't want to get and there was snow. I think there was snow on the patio yesterday and I think it's melted today. Let's see. Let's go see. Because it got up to 50, I think it did. Yeah, it's just like wet now. It looks like it's been raining, actually. So annoying. What in the world? The browser has lost connection to your camera. I'm back. I think it was because I went out. I was out of range. I guess. I don't know. I'm not usually out of range when I'm just right at the door, but who knows? Annoyed with the cable company, the internet company, because they're like, you call them, it's just automated. You can't talk to a person. And they're like, are you moving? And I'm like, yes. And they're like, okay, where are you moving to? We'll connect you with Xfinity in your area. And I'm like, I don't need your service anymore. Where I'm going, they have their own internet, or I'm going to an Airbnb. I got my Airbnb now. It's a lovely Airbnb with a lady like my age. And it's nice, and I'm going to be there for the time being. And then when I'm there, I'm going to be looking for a room to rent long term. And so I'm not transferring my Xfinity, right? And so it kept on doing that, and they're like, do it online, and there was no place. Like I couldn't even chat with the chat, the automated chat thing, because it just kept on saying, tell us where you're going. Tell us where you're moving. Transfer your service. And I'm like, I want to cancel, and it's like, they wouldn't let me cancel. And, oh goodness, I finally got a person on the phone, and I was just like, and he was really, really slow. And I'm like, so what do I do? Like when I left Georgia and I took the box to, I think UPS or something, but there's a store where I can take it to, but that's the box, right? And, I'm like, well, do I just throw this box in the garbage? I was getting snarky because it took me so long to talk to a person. I canceled my e-renters insurance, and they were lovely, and that was very easy. And I just like that immediately got refunded because the charge came out because it's like every 6 months. And so it's 6 months now. I've been in this apartment 2.5 years, and my only three things that are not sold are this chair, my grill, and my mattress. That's it. That's all I have left to sell. And the girl who bought these chairs, and they're picking, tomorrow I'm not going to have any furniture. And I need to text Albert again. And I'm like, I'm not going to have any furniture. So no place for you to sit. But maybe we'll go. Maybe we'll go get something to eat, Albert and I. But the girl bought these 2 bar stools, and they're supposed to pick them up tomorrow, and the carpet. And she just loved it. She's like, oh, I want it all. I want the bar stools, and I want the sofa, and I want the carpet. She's like, I love your taste. And she might even, I said, I have the chair listed already for $175, but I'm like, I haven't lowered it. Nobody's messaged me. And I'm like, Kari, I'll sell it to you for $75. If you still want it. She said she might get it. And she's like, well, try to get what you want for it. And then if you don't, I'll get it for $75. So I'll have that sold. And then my mattress, I'm going to try to sell at the end for like, I don't know, 50. I paid $5. I looked it up and I was like, oh my goodness. I paid $500. I love it though. I really do. And I don't want to sleep many nights on I have and I don't know what I'm going to do with that, if Albert will want it or something. I might ask Charlotte, the girl who bought my sleeping bag that was brand new. I only used it at Courtside. Is going to get my camping potty. I'm like, it hasn't been used. I'm like, Charlotte, you want this camping potty? So she's going to come get that. And I might see if she wants the mattress pad, or I'll ask Albert if he wants it. But that's what I'm going to be sleeping on, like probably my last night in here, which will be the 22nd. I'm so excited. I am so excited, you guys. You just don't know. I'm so excited. And it's been like crazy freezing cold, like 1 degree. And it just warmed up today. So, and there's a big thing happening Monday, which is President's Day. And I'm going to another, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to be in it this time. I'm going to brave the crowd and, find the parking. It's such a pain to find parking in Denver, but the 5th, it was pretty crowded. You can't see from my little video when I drove to Denver, to the Capitol, because I didn't park my car and walk up, but it was all traffic jam. It was gridlocked. And I had just gone to Coda, and I was really late for the protest. So I was just driving around. So that's what my little video was. And I went to, I said this before, I went to the Molly Brown, the Unthinkable Molly Brown house is in Denver. And I went to it. It's a little museum, and it's pretty cool. And I went there, and I'm going to try and make that video tomorrow and post it. So yeah, I have a new poem. It's heavy, but I have a new poem to share with you. But I'm going to light the candle because Red's followers are called flames. And what I was talking about is Monday is not my president's day. There's going to be protests at the state capitals all over the country. It's going to be awesome. Y'all used to say, Biden's not my president. Well, Trump is not our president, and we are protesting. And that's what I'm doing Monday. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Okay, got my root beer here. Let me see where my food is. Hey! Oh. Yeah, I said, yeah. Yeah, I did say that to her. Yeah, I went down to, it's on Marketplace for 175. I paid like $398 for it new in 2022. So I have it on Marketplace for 175. I've gotten 0 messages on it. It's a lovely, I have my blanket on it right now, but it's lovely. It doesn't go perfectly with the sofa. The rug kind of ties it together, but yeah, I love it. And I was cold. I rolled up the carpet so I wouldn't get it dirty when I was cleaning the grill, but it was so freezing in here because they bought the TV stand for $200 and took it home, and I was cold. And then I rolled up the carpet and I was freezing. It was like 1 degree. I don't know. It was like 7 degrees outside. And but yeah, so I offered it to Kari for 75. But she said, because she's really nice, she's really sweet. I love that I like my stuff to go to good, nice people. People tried to talk me down like $100 on the TV stand with the fireplace that works really good. They tried to talk me down $100 just immediately like that. And I'm getting all these messages for it. And I'm just like, no, and I like, no, I don't even want to sell it to you now. Like, go away, And I went down $50 because I had that listed for $250. And so I've made $992 already. So, and Kari has paid me $200, but that's to hold everything. And so I marked it sold, and her friends are coming over tomorrow to get the sofa, the carpet, and the bottom part of the bed, not the mattress, and these chairs that I'm sitting on right now. And these chairs that I'm sitting on right now. So yeah, so I've offered the chair to Kari for 75, but she said, we'll see if you can get, what you want to get for it, and have it to sit on longer. And then if somebody doesn't get it by probably next weekend, I think next weekend is when she has to be out of her apartment too, I think, but she's able, she has overlapping time. Like I'm going to my Airbnb in San Diego on not this Sunday, but next Sunday. I'm going to be there Monday. I don't know where I'm going to be, somewhere in between. I'm probably going to get a hotel for one night. I want a hotel though, where I want the hotel where you're parked right outside your room. I want to find a hotel like that because everything I own, everything I treasure is going to be in my car. So I don't want it to get broken into or my car stolen with everything I treasure in it. So that's kind of why I was more nervous traveling around in my RV, because I had everything I owned, everything I loved in my RV. And so yeah, that's how it's going. But Kari has some time, so she can like take stuff a little bit at a time, and it's not like I don't think it's too far away. But so she's having her friends get this furniture this weekend, and I think she's out of her apartment next weekend, I think. And so she might get it. She still might get the chair if nobody wants to pay me like 125 or 100, because she's not really like, and I understand. I love the chair because it's so comfortable and everything. And I was wondering, I asked the girl at the furniture store, I was like, can this go with this? Even though I want this sofa and I want this chair that's brown, and there wasn't really a better chair that went with the sofa. And so that's how I picked it. And I felt like the carpet kind of tied everything together. Because it's got the gray and but anyways, so I'm waiting on I don't know. Let me see if my food is on its way. Oh, I got a message from my dasher. Oh, I got a message. My dasher is lost. Yeah, you got it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, my dasher was lost. I got Outback. Outback. Yum. I'm gonna say grace. Oh, I haven't got this in so long, but I was looking at my statement from when I left Georgia. And when I stayed in the hotel for 3 weeks to sort out my stuff, I kept ordering Outback. I'm like, oh my goodness, I really settled in here. And stake me home tonight. Yes, I'm gonna get my real fork. I went swimming today. Oh, and I am gonna play my flute. I did get my flute back out. I was cleaning, because they did a walkthrough and then they didn't really look at anything. He didn't really look at anything. It was the kid. I have two. I have two maintenance guys, and I'm like, I hope it's not because was talking with it was unfortunate. I was talking with my apartment manager and found out, oh my goodness, found out she was mega, and then her little maintenance man, the older one, was chiming in something about Trudeau, and I'm just like, and then it's not right. They call him Hitler, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. It was nauseating, and I haven't spoke to her since, thankfully. There's a sweet little redheaded one, and she's much nicer. Anyways. And the maintenance guy, and I'm just like, oh gosh, I hope it's the other maintenance guy. And it was. I'm like, I should know these guys' names already, but I don't know. I have a thing about things breaking, and I don't like to ask anybody because it reminds me of my ex, I guess. I don't know, and I let stuff go, and like my door was coming off my hinge, and I'm like, this was like this when I moved in here, and the door to the bedroom didn't shut. I'm the only one here. That doesn't really matter, But so they came and fixed that. But he didn't really look at anything. But I'm like, I cleaned, because I walked through, it was just basically, it was just a first walkthrough, just basically to see that I did not destroy the place. Of course not. I'm too OCD cleany for that. Um, oh, this looks so yummy. And I forgot about the bread. But it's like I was looking at my bank statement from when I was in the hotel and sorting through all the stuff and taking more stuff to the Goodwill, taking more stuff to the storage, and going through all these papers and throwing away a lot of my journals and all of that. And I mailed my yearbooks back to Boca Raton High School. Like I said, I mailed my box. I was taking I mailed my box back to the cable company. That was AT&T in Georgia. I sent my videos to iMemories. They put them all digitally. What else did I do? It was a lot of stuff. Yeah, I was just busy, 3 weeks. And I left Georgia September 22nd, 2020. And I went up to St. Louis area where my friend Gladys was, and I bought my RV there. And I traveled around that in a year. I was out in California for a while, and I was helping my brother with my sister-in-law who was ill, stage 4 breast cancer. Then she passed away, and I left Southern California, went around again, came to Denver in 2022. And so now I'm going where I really wanted to go all along. I came to Denver because my son was here. My son moved to Oregon in September 2023. My son's friend is still here, Albert. I went up to the St. Louis area because that's where Gladys was, and stayed based there. And I didn't stay in California because my sister-in-law passed, and then I had a falling out with my brother. And so I had wanted to stay. And that's really why I had everything I owned in my RV when I was out in California. And whenever I traveled, and I never left any stuff. I never left any stuff in St. Louis at Gladys's. Whenever I left, I would take all my stuff with me, usually. Yeah, I think I would pretty much. So now I'm going where I always wanted to go. To watching, thank you for being here. Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm going to share a brand new poem with you, and I'm going to pray before I eat it's a big prime rib. I thought I got the smaller one. I got the 12-ounce one, but I'll show you after I pray. Dear Lord, thank you for this food. Thank you that I'm moving back to California. Thank for all the people that are buying my stuff. Please help me to sell my grill and sell my mattress and sell my chair. And just thank you for all your blessings on us. Please bless Elsa, and thank you for watching over her and being with her. I pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. So I got a baked potato, and I love this. I haven't gotten this in so long. Yummy. 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 Can you see that? This is not what I ordered, but whatever. Mashed potatoes. Okay. They're good though. I ordered a loaded baked potato. I have broccoli, yum. This looks like the 12 ounce. It's so huge. That might look too rare for some people. Well, spilled some juice. I went swimming, so I'm hungry. Bread is always good. Let's try some bread. Steve and Shannon Anderson are live. I wonder what that Canadian now that was at my Airbnb who disagreed with his wife and who liked Trump. I wonder what he thinks of him now that he wants to make Canada the 51st state. I don't think too many Canadians like that idea. I wonder. So yeah, I splurged for myself for Thanksgiving for Valentine's Day and got DoorDash. Spilling juice. I think I got horseradish sauce. I'm not going to be able to eat all this. So I'll be saying some poems for you soon. But I'm really upset. I haven't called. I'm gonna call Lauren Boebert again while I'm still in her district. But they confirmed these terrible nominations. Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr. Go get your shots, people. Don't like that part. It's a grizzly part. I'm gonna try this. I like the horseradish sauce. I could heat this up a little more. Actually, it's not warm anymore. Because my dasher was lost. Chicken, onions, and a bunch of spices made a nice soup. For self, it was delish. These potatoes are good. I ordered a loaded baked potato, though, and I got plain mashed potatoes. So that's not very cool. Shannon says it's love and Stephen Shannon say it's love and chocolate day. Didn't get any chocolate. Yeah, my steak is cold. It's still pretty good though. Yeah, I think I need to get something to make a sign. What should my sign say? Impeach Trump, deport Elon. That's what I think. I'm gonna find ideas, so. Welcome in number 3. It says 2 again. I have myself on the TV, so the 2 is probably me. Thank you all for watching the replay. I'm gonna be saving a lot of this, so. Bread is like my dessert. Didn't get dessert. This meal was enough. Was expensive enough. I tipped a dasher $10. I'm like, that, there went my dessert. Besides, I don't need any sugar. I went for a blood test again, and they didn't do my A1C. I'm like, I wanted to know what it was, but they just tested my thyroid levels, and I went to the doctor today, but I was a little bit late, and I didn't know it was like a 15-minute appointment, so I missed it. So I rescheduled it for next Wednesday. Have my root beer. Let's put this away and get on with this. We'll get on with this live because nobody wants, people will come in and are leaving. They don't want to watch me eat DoorDash, I guess. I thought this would be a hit. I thought you'd want to watch me. Y'all want to see me rant. Okay, I'll get to ranting. I'm not going to rant about these potatoes, though. They taste good. I just love potatoes. I'm putting my food away. And gonna say a poem for you. Spilled my juice. Root beer. Let me see if I close up the bread. Maybe it won't dry out. I don't know. Maybe. Let me get the butter out. Because if I get hungry after I rant, I might have some more bread. Oh my goodness, this is dripping, dripping, dripping. I want to show you. Did I show you this before? I got this at the Molly Brown house, the Unsinkable Molly Brown. This was at the gift shop. So, and I haven't packed that up yet. So, I always love that picture, and so I got it. All right. Well, okay, number 3 is here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the replay. I am, really upset about what's going on in our country, but my personal life is going great. And I've never been so happy. I've never been this happy to be single. I'm happy to be single. Yes, it's Valentine's Day, but I'm happy to be single. I'm happy to not live by my ex, that's who I was leaving in Georgia. I was in a lot of credit card debt when I was there, and it was a struggle. And selling my house and paying off all that debt just freed me. It was like the best thing I ever did. Because it like tied me to him. And then I was doing Airbnb because I couldn't get a regular job. I couldn't find one. I hadn't been in the workforce in 30 years. And, I want to talk about that too. Because in 1986, 87, how long it was. I think it was 86, 87. I worked for a doctor's office Dr. Sylvia Levinson in Boca Raton, Florida. And guess what kind of doctor she was? She was an immunologist. And like, you know, the people that are for giving that have studied, she's a doctor. She gives the people, she was the people you go to for your allergy shots. You know why they do that? You know why you get a vaccine for things? Because it works. It's scientifically backed up. Not like this idiot. And I can't believe these people. Ugh. It's infuriating. That's why I'm going to protest at your state capital on Monday, not my President's Day. Everybody do that, and call Congress. And I'm going to call Lauren Boebert again while I'm still in her district. I didn't know. I'm going to be doing some research on San Diego, though, and I'm going to be getting more involved and know where I am. But I ended up being I'm a blue dot in a little red dot county in a blue state. So, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's what I ended up being. I'm a blue dot in a red county in a blue state. And that's why we got Lauren Boebert. So, yep. And I'm really thankful, though, that I got my head out of the sand. It's insane that I feel better, even though our country's in this awful situation. I feel better for being my authentic self and starting to speak out as I did in October, taking my head out of the sand. And I thought I couldn't watch the news, that it was giving me anxiety, but I actually have less anxiety to know what's going on, even though what's going on is horrible. It's really bad. It's really bad out there. So, but I was really glad to be able to go hear Nadia Boltz-Weber on Sunday. And she's doing this thing where she's going around and talking in red states. And she calls it the Red State Revival. Purple. Red and blue is purple. Yeah, I love purple. Red is blue. That's what I used to say. I got prime rib in my teeth. So I'll be right back. I'm going to get a flosser. Excuse me. It's really annoying. I'm going to do a podcast one day, but I won't floss my teeth on the podcast. I promise. I shouldn't eat steak on my podcast, I've done it before, though. I did it in, when I was in Branson. When I was in Branson and everybody left the meetup, I got DoorDash and I went live. And I probably got Outback and I probably got prime rib. I always get prime rib because life is short. You might as well get prime rib, right? Excuse me. All right. But yeah, the chicken, onions, a bunch of spices made a nice soup. That sounds good. So I'm buying less food, and now I cleaned my oven. I did make some squash in there yesterday. And I cleaned my grill. The grill, after I cleaned it, though, was not lighting up. Like, I haven't listed it yet, and I don't think I'm going to put that much on it because I've used the grill a lot, and it was pretty messy. Pretty messy. And I was going to do a video before and after of the oven, but the oven didn't really come that clean. I don't know. I tried, though. I worked a while on the oven. Yep, my DoorDash was dropped off. I'm getting my mail is going to go to my Airbnb, and then when I get there, they want me to leave a full review. I'm not going to do that. No thanks. I always feel like if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. I don't know. No, it was okay. Why didn't they send me my baked potato? I don't know. But anyways. I have an unusual poem. It started because of finding my son's eye to his puzzle. And it's a Switchfoot song. I'll show you the picture, but some of you might remember it. It's going 2 to 3, 2 to 3. Someone keeps popping in and out. It's like, is she going to say something interesting? I'm going to start ranting. I don't want to move to Pennsylvania. Yay, Philly won the Super Bowl. Congratulations. I still don't want to move there. I don't want to move to a red state anyways. And the weather's yucky there. It's a dirty city. It's a dirty old city. It kind of reminds me of St. Louis. St. Louis is Denver just seems like cleaner, newer, prettier. You got those beautiful snow-capped mountains in the background. I don't know. Denver's just better. And San Diego is even better. But let me show you the picture of how this poem started. And it started because when my son moved to Oregon in September, I helped him move out, and I noticed the puzzle he got from my dad when he was little, that I brought to him when I came to Denver in November 2020 for Thanksgiving. I brought it to him. The eye was missing again, and I was like, oh no, I'll find somebody to make you a new eye. And then I found it when I was selling his dartboard, and he had this jar with all the darts in it, and some dry erase markers, because he had a dry erase board. I think he maybe threw that out. I don't know. But I helped him move out September 1st, I guess. Yeah, it was September 1st. And Albert had another tenant moving in there. And so, yeah, I thought this eye was lost to this puzzle that my dad made. And it was in that jar. And yeah, that got me to thinking about a Switchfoot song. I'm going to show you the post on Instagram because it has a clip of the song. Hopefully I won't get a copyright strike. I don't know. But I'm not monetized yet, so what difference does it make? Here's my Instagram. I'm Redheaded Riding Hood on all social media. So Instagram, Facebook. I also have a personal Facebook, though. Instagram, Facebook. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. What else? Pinterest, Twitter, Blue Sky. Yeah, I'm now on Blue Sky. I might get off Twitter, but yeah, this is my Instagram, and I share my views. I don't like the Tide Pod childproof packaging. It's very difficult to open, so I just cut it open. But down here, see, here's what the red eye was missing. And I can't play the music. Okay, it's gone. That's funny. Sometimes it's like that on here. But it's playing a song by Switchfoot. I'll share the song. But I told a story on here, and that's the puzzle I'm talking about. So there it is. 3 watching again. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna share the Red Eyes poem song because that was the song that came to mind. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's a red eye. I'm gonna and I looked on the Instagram when I was sharing the post, and I was like, oh, Red Eyes. It's available for me to share that song on Instagram. So I did. It's a Switchfoot song. So let me drop it in the chat. With red eyes, what are you looking for with red eyes? It's off their album called Hello Hurricane, and it won a Grammy. They won a Grammy for this album. And this, I wrote a poem that took me a month. And because everything all fit together. Everything all fit together in this poem. And it's sad, but it's hopeful. And it's about letting go and moving on. And yeah. I wrote a poem inspired by this song and losing the eye in my son's puzzle my dad made. And finding it again. And I prayed about sharing this poem because it's really personal. but I'm gonna share it anyways because it really doesn't matter anymore. My husband's already smeared me. My kids already don't respect me, and I don't talk to most of them very much. And so it's kind of sad, but it's hopeful. I want to show you something else that I cleaned off the top of this because I had all my earrings sitting on it. This is a box of the wood things my dad made. Hey, Eric. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. This is a box my dad made. So he made all these little things like puzzles, and see, this is cool. It has my jewelry. It has like all my jewelry in it. Just about. And you can dance in the hurricane. Brandy Carlisle. Yeah, that's what it's called. The album. The title of the album is Hello Hurricane. And I got to hold the Grammy because I went to Switchfoot Studios in San Diego. They're from San Diego. And so my dad made this box. At one time, my mom's ashes were in it for a short while. And then he put them in the garden. He didn't even ask us about it. But this is one of the things. It's a beautiful. I discovered, though, it has a crack right here. I didn't know that. That has my dad's name on it. But he made this. He made a lot of lovely wood things, and I put them in a big box. And one of the things that he made was a Noah's Ark that hung on the wall, and all the little animals, and my kids would play with it, and it had all the little animals that would go in the little cubby holes. And my grandson's name is Noah, and I don't know, but I hope maybe she hung that in his room. I don't know. But that was one of the things I left for my daughter. And another thing he made, I packed up this box over here. And one of the things I've shown you before is that wood thing that says Susan on it. He made that for me with his thing. That's right on the top of the box, so I can get it out. My name is not Susan, but it is. But it is. It is. And so from all of my experiences going to see my daughter at Christmas and meeting my son there and being really my honest self, and I kind of knew already that things were a bit rocky with my daughter already because of things with another one of my children. I won't go into all of that. But I already felt things I kind of knew deep down in my heart that this trip was going to be deciding. You know, I went in May for Mother's Day, and I drove to Barnegat Lighthouse. I drove to the beach in New Jersey to see what it was like. And I'm like, this is not like the beach in California. And I'm like, if I'm going to move all this way and move to the East Coast again to be near my daughter, I want to be near my daughter. And I might as well live in Pennsylvania right near her than an hour away, because I hardly talk to her now. Well, hardly then. Well, let's go back to December. I barely talk to her then, even, every month or so, and I'm just like, is it going to be different? We're going to be best friends. We can see each other every week now or what, but anyways, but things did not go great. And I found out she got rid of the pink unicorn I got Freya when she was born, and that meant a lot to me. It's and it only came up because she had other stuffed animal, a mutant, bunny lamb thing, and I'm like, I thought she didn't like stuffed animals. Oh, she got that from her mother-in-law. And I'm like, it's a mutant ugly bunny lamb thing, cheap, probably from Walmart. And I'm like, and you didn't keep the cute little pink unicorn I got her when you were expecting her. I didn't know if I was going to ever get to meet her. And I didn't know even that it was a girl. But God told me to get the pink unicorn, and then she throws it away. And then it went from bad to worse, because then I found out she threw away my White Elephant book that, well, she didn't throw it away. I guess she gave it to, I wanted it. I had to buy these from the shady publishers myself before I knew they were shady. She got rid of that. So anyways, this is a poem that I started it a month ago, and I finished it today. I started it on January 14th. And then I'm just like, I don't know, but I've been in, and let me share the song. Let me share the song, and I want to tell you what I'm reading. Because I want to tell you what I just finished reading, and I want to tell you what I'm reading now, what I'm listening to now on the Audible. But here's the Red Eyes song. At the end, I might have you listen to part of. So I just finished listening to. I love Audible. I just finished with it's called. It's by Politics Girl, and her name is Lee McGowan, and it's called A Return to Common Sense.
This is Audible.
It's going back to the beginning. I want to go to the end, and it's this one. I just finished listening to that. Hi, Brenda. Talking about stuff. How are you? Are you back home yet? And what's the weather like in Reno? But Lee McGowan's channel is Politics Girl, and it's really, really good if you want to stay up on what's going on. There's going to be Not My President's Day protest on Monday. Brenda? And I'm going to go to the Capitol again. So Lee, it snowed at your house. You're in Pahrump. Oh, but you're on your way home. Okay. Is Pahrump further south? This is in my featured channels too, Politics Girl. But so you guys, I've been listening to Martha Beck. I think I told you before, maybe Monday. I don't know if I did or not, but Martha Beck is really good, and I'm like, oh, I want to get this book afterwards. So I saw her on Diary of a CEO. First, I saw her on what else? What did I see her on first? I'm trying to think. It wasn't on Diary of a CEO, but I saw her on something else first, and that's how I came to find out about her. But she has a couple of good books. But just recently, she was on Diary of a CEO. It's so good. And you guys, what she said has explained to me why I had so much anxiety. She says, first off, lying gives you anxiety. Lying makes you weak. And I was being fake and not speaking out about how I truly felt about politics. I was not being myself. And then when I was I had so much anxiety, the longer I stayed in my job that I didn't like. She's like, don't do that. If you don't want to do something and you don't have to do it, she said, don't do it. Oh, you're outside Las Vegas. What? In Las Vegas I'm having to think back to grammar school when you learn the capitals. Is Las Vegas the capital of Nevada? Yeah, I was asking y'all, well, only Elsa was here, really. I was asking, what should my sign say? Impeach Trump and deport Elon. What do you think? There's other examples. It was also on the protests on the 5th were all over the country. And Jessica Denson shared Carson City is the state capital. Oh, okay. That's a weird one. That's why I didn't remember it. There's some that are weird, like really like you got to go all the way up to Sacramento who's heard of Sacramento? Who goes to why isn't Los Angeles or San Diego the capital of California? Why? It's way up there. But they were having protests at city halls, many places too. So like there was, when Jessica Denson had people covering it, there were protests in Los Angeles at the city capitol, at the city hall. No, it's not it's not Wired. It's good. Carson City's up there by Lake Tahoe, right? I've been to Carson City when I was a kid. I don't remember a lot of it though. So Dr. Martha Beck on Diary of a CEO. So after I finished Lee McGowan's book, A Return to Common Sense on Audible, I got Dr. Beck's book because I'm like, this is so good. So her book is called, now since I opened up the other book, where is Where's the book I was reading? Beyond Anxiety.
It's also the best position.
It's right. Curiosity, creativity, and finding your life's purpose. That's it. So that's the book I'm reading now. But what I found so interesting is she explained that what helps with anxiety. And she's like, if you're in your curiosity, if you're in your creativity, it shuts down your anxiety. And if you're in your anxiety, it shuts down your creativity, which explained exactly where I was in the job, in the lifeguarding job. And I wasn't working on my YouTube, because even creating YouTube videos is creative. I wasn't writing my poetry. I wasn't creating my YouTube channel, and I was in anxiety, and I was in all this anxiety. I was like tied up in a knot. I couldn't have imagined moving out in August. I'm glad I went ahead and did my lease until February. It took me that long to get my head on straight, because when I was thinking about moving out and moving into something else, something cheaper here, I don't know. I couldn't get into it. It's like, I want to go to California finally. That's where I've been wanting to go from the beginning. And so, but when I came out of, in my hole being like, I can't, I have anxiety, I can't watch the news, to I gotta watch the news and see what's going on. And I want, Kamala to win. I don't want Trump to win. And, especially when, I'm like, oh gosh, how are we going to win with Biden? Because they don't like him and they say he's too old. And I was so excited about Kamala. And when I came out and just started talking about it, my anxiety just, and that's why, like, even though my person didn't win and our country is headed in a horrible direction, I personally feel better. And Martha Beck explained it all. Like, you're not being your authentic self. You have more anxiety. And she did this thing. It was fascinating with Stephen Bartlett, where she's like, lie to me. And I like to vomit. And she would push his hand down like that. Right. And then, when he would tell the truth, he could hold his hand, because she's like a lot, he's a young man, and he would hold his hand out and then lie, and she could push his hand down, and then he'd hold his hand up and he'd tell the truth, and she couldn't push it down. It was fascinating. So, and then she had him think about something that made him anxious. And he said, when there's something wrong and his partner is upset and he's anxious, and she won't tell him what it is or something. And then she had him start imagining eating an orange. And then after like a minute, she's like, how's your anxiety? He's like, it's gone. Because like the creativity even of imagining, the orange and all of that made the anxiety. And I'm like, I have to get the book. So when I finished Lee McGowan's book, I got Martha Beck's Beyond Anxiety. And so it's wonderful. And it all goes with a poem, because I came to myself, and I came out of that being fake. And in order for my kids to accept me, I have to be fake. I have to be this person, and I have to not say anything. Like she had the book in the garage. I know the stuff in the garage she's wanting to get rid of and downsize. And I knew too that the unicorn was in the garage. Oh, she really doesn't like stuffed animals. But why the mutant sheep bunny was not in the garage, I have no clue. And so I was speaking up, I wish I had spoke up soon. I wish I had read her the book and said, she likes it. I wish I had read her the book in May because it was in the garage. I knew where it was, but she had, and maybe she got rid of it before May. I just didn't ask. I just wasn't being my true authentic self then. But anyways, so this poem came together kind of crazily, and my poems often do that. I'm going to read you one about the woman stuck inside her house after I read you this one. But this is the one I just wrote. I started it on January 14th and I finished it on February 14th. I finished it this morning. And so it's kind of about the whole story. And some of it are words from the song. There's words from the Switchfoot song, Red Eyes. And the stories interwound in this poem. And there's lyrics from the song by Paris Paloma. Let me drop the songs in the called Labor, which I realized was like, this is like my marriage. And really, it's excruciating to see my daughter in the same sort of situation. So that's why I say it's a heavy poem. I prayed about this before sharing it. They already know how I feel now. So, and one of the things we had a disagreement about is she's like, I got mad at her, but I'm like, I wasn't mad at her. I was just telling her that I realize how bad Beauty and the Beast is. It's like, she's trauma bonded to him, and it's like she's a captive, and she's like, oh, he let me go. And it's like, yeah, he let you go, but because he kidnapped you and kept you prisoner, and I'm like, oh my goodness, she's trauma bonded to this beast. And I'm like, I let my girls watch that all the time, and it's like, but anyways, it's about all of that. So it has a thing by, it has the lyrics from Paris Paloma. I've been gone away from home with my husband and dog for a month now. It was a wonderful experience for us, helped us with anxiety. We learned to downsize. That's great. That's been fun. Yeah, downsizing has definitely helped my anxiety. And that's why, like, I'm going back to 2020 and thinking about that. In a lot of ways that went well. And I was letting go more. But then as I traveled in my RV, and it's like I went from one codependent relationship to another, and I was, codependent with Gladys, and then codependent with my brother and sister-in-law, and then, with a YouTube community, and dependent on all these people. And that's why it's really good that this time I'm going it alone, and I'm being more independent this time, because things would always go wrong with the codependency, and you have that fear, and then you want to control. And Martha Beck talks about that too. You want to control the situation, and that's what happened with Gladys in St. Louis, and then the roommate from hell that left his shit in the toilet. Is I got so full of anxiety about this, and I'm like, this is really making me uncomfortable. I really wanted him to be out of the house, but like, she didn't want him to, and I should have, it could have went better. While I don't wish I had maintained friendship with her, I feel like it's good that friendship was toxic, and she lied all the time. Like my ex, liar, liar, pants on fire. Like, And it's bad for you. It's bad for your mental health, is what Martha Beck says. It's bad for your mental health. That's my alarm to stop eating. 8 o'clock is stop eating time. So it's bad for your mental health. And then the last song that I quote in this poem is by Sarah Reeves. And it's called Zuma Beach. So I kind of changed it around, but you'll see I'm gonna read the poem for you. But I'm gonna share the songs first in case you want to check them out. But these are songs that I'm just love. Oh, you're stopping at that's early. Yeah, I was eating at 6:30. I got DoorDash. I got Outback Steakhouse, and I got a prime rib and mashed potatoes. I was supposed to get a baked potato, but I don't know what happened to my baked potato. But they sent me mashed potatoes. But anyways, I'm talking about how it has just been better for my mental health to let my kids go for now, because I can't change them. I can't change them. I can't change their attitude towards me. I can't make them be sorry for treating me this way and all of that. So I'm gonna read this. It starts out with lyrics from the Red Eyes song, and because it says what are you aiming for out here alone? I'm not going to sing the poem. I'm going to say the poem. So it's called Red Eyes. So, and it was inspired by my son's puzzle and losing the red eye. But anyways, and that's a whole story. Red eyes, what are you aiming for out here alone? I said I'm aiming for home. But I can't find it in Magaland, Pennsylvania. Even in crowds, I'm alone. We had a daughter. I watched and could not save her. This is from the Paris Paloma song. Emotional torture. With red eyes, we are Stepford wives, doing everything. Too much labor, but nothing all at once. Just to be thrown away one day. The two I speak to, he met me there. It's my son met me in Philly. Flew on the red eye. That's how that fits in there too. A lovely Christmas Eve, like 2023, but her sisters and my grandson FaceTimed. I froze. Emotional torture from the head of your high table. The capillaries in my eyes are bursting, crying. And that's what I wrote on January 14th, and I didn't have the rest of it, and I finished it today. So the capillaries in my eyes are bursting. That's from the song Labor by Paris Paloma. Crying. If our love died, would that be the worst thing? But I put love with a question mark. Is it love? That's a line from the Paris Paloma song. I used to exist to serve him, but now I exist to serve you. I am second, third, last. I don't put on my mask first, and we both perish. You know that saying about, like, if you have a child, you have to take care of yourself first so you can put the mask on the child. Home to Denver, and I realize it's better, but not the best. I want to move to California. I'll sell your stuff, this is Ian, to make a buck. You could have made much on these video games. You just throw everything away like your mom. And the puzzle your grandfather made with the missing red eye. I found the I and my self-worth all at once, and I knew what to do, what I wanted to all along. Some people lose their hearts to the ones who broke them. This is from Sarah Reeves. Never get them back, they're forever stolen. Red eyes crying in a Shakespeare tragedy, our sappy heartbreak song. I left my broken heart in the snow-capped mountains somewhere in Colorado. I'm going back to the green sea where I want to be. Green eyes shining with hope for me. Hello, San Diego. So yeah, finish the poem. It's kind of heavy, but it's hopeful. And I also put the I is for idolatry, don't you see? When you're codependent and you're dependent on this person, they have to love you and you can't live without them loving you. That's idolatry. I put my kids before God even, and it was wrong. You know, it was wrong. For watching, thank you for being here, and thank you for watching the replay. I want to read from my I want to show you did I show you before look at the Valentine I got at the Molly Brown house. It says it's a lion. I think it's about time I asked you to be mine. It's an old Valentine card. Isn't that cute? Let me read the one about hope from my mom's book. I couldn't find this on Monday. It was under the other books. It was there. It was over there. Let me see if I can find it. Page 20. Hope. Hope is a thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. So the last, the line about Sarah Reeves sings about leaving her broken heart on Zuma Beach. So that's why I went with the same song. And it's like, I'm going to be going to the beach every day when I'm there. I'm not going to leave my heart on the beach because I don't want to think about it when I go there. I'm going to leave my broken heart here in Colorado and go to San Diego. So I changed it up. So it was similar to the Sarah Reeves song, Zuma Beach, where she says, I left mine in a castle of sand, set it free. You always say that. You know it's my wig. Thanks. I don't have to grow it out because I have this wig. I got some other wigs. I didn't like them, and I ended up donating them to Goodwill. Oh, I don't think I donate. I had a shorter one. Hi, Glenn. How are you? Happy Valentine's Day. If you want to hear my new poem, you'll have to watch that part over again. So I had like a shorter one, and then I had one that was really long. They didn't look as natural as this one. Well, maybe the short one kind of did. I don't know. But I ordered them afterwards. I end up not liking them. And I'm donating them. Let me see. I did donate both of them already. I have another load. I'm getting together another load to go to Goodwill and just trying to get everything down. I have food stuff that I'm going to take to church and hopefully give away, like my unused flour that's open, my sugar, my powdered sugar, Hershey's cocoa, all this stuff that I'm not taking with me. Because I'm not really going to be in my own house. I think I'm going to be renting a room for a while. So don't need all that stuff. And like I said, mostly everything is my TV, let me get out of the way. My TV is not on its stand because I sold the TV stand. And then I rolled the carpet back out because I was too freezing cold. I was too cold and it was like echoing too in here. I'm like, oh, I'm going to echo so much on my live. And I was cold, so I put the carpet back down. But it did get up to 50 degrees. Like I said, I saw crazy Coloradoans. I think they're crazy Coloradoans in the pool. I still have to sell my chair, this chair, my mattress. I've sold my bed now. So that was all the furniture in there. I sold my bedside table. I sold my bed to the same girl who's bought these bar stools and the sofa and the carpet. And she might end up buying the chair, but we're going to see if I can wait and get more for it at the end because I'm using it. I sit in that chair. I sit in that chair all the time. I'm like, I wonder if I sit in this chair more than I am in the bed. Oh, that would be bad. I don't think so. I did go swimming today and I have one more visit and I'm glad I got those 10, like a couple of months ago. I got 10 visits. I finally went back to swimming. I mean, that's how much I didn't like the lifeguard job anymore. I didn't even want to go back swimming. And I knew I didn't want to go back swimming there. It turns out this is a better pool to swim at. And I wouldn't have worked there because it's a deep pool. So I would have had to I wouldn't have been able to pass. I don't think I would have been able to pass, honestly, the deep water lifeguarding course. I think that would have made me more anxious. It even makes me anxious to swim in the deep pool. It's crazy, but not a lot. And I'm getting better. Like I said, I'm listening to Martha Beck's book and I understand why my anxiety went away when I quit the job, and it took it a while. And when I started being more honest and telling the truth that I hate Trump. I never voted for him. I don't agree with MAGA. That just opening up and being authentic and real. And like when I was talking to Charlotte, the young girl I met who bought my sleeping bag, she's so awesome. And she said, well, yeah, the opposite of depression is expression. And I was like, yeah, I had my anger turned inward on myself again. And like, that's always rung true to me when they say that depression is anger turned inward. You're holding your anger in and you're not expressing it, and it makes you depressed. And then this creativity thing is I didn't even realize that. I'm like, no wonders I wasn't writing anymore. I wasn't creating on YouTube anymore. It was like the anxiety was taking over and the creativity was gone. And then when you go back to being creative, it helps with the anxiety to lift. So it's like, it all makes sense. It all makes sense to me now. It's like awesome. And it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet because being authentic with my children, the two I'm talking to, didn't go over well. That's what the poem was about. And it's kind of sad, but bittersweet. but I'm happy. I'm at peace. That's what Martha Beck says too, is I'm meant to live in peace. I am meant to live in peace. That's another thing that Martha Beck says. So check that out. Let's see. This Martha Beck on Diary of a CEO. It's very, very good. But I want to read to you the one in here because it mentions anxiety also. The woman stuck inside her house. Because it's like when you're stuck in your codependency, it's on page 29. That makes you anxious and you're trying to change. You fear things, and so you're trying to change them. And, it does not work. Like I started out, before I was able to finally finish the poem that I started a month ago, I wrote down in my diary the Serenity Prayer. I was looking at my coin. It's over there on the little table next to that table right there. It's over there on the little table next to I was looking at my Coda coin, and I wrote down the Serenity Prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. It's on my little Coda coin. And then I said, I was thinking about these different situations when I moved before. And I said, if it had not been totally destroyed, I probably would have stayed. Like my marriage was destroyed, my relationship with my children. I mean, I would have stayed in Georgia for my children if the 3 children in Georgia were, talking to me, and I kept trying. And it's like, gosh, my youngest worked at Chick-fil-A before she went in the Air Force. I would go to Chick-fil-A just to see her, just like to say, so she would say, hi, Mom, or, I could say, hi, Lydia. I finally gave that up when she handed me she didn't even say my pleasure when I said thank you. She handed me my Chick-fil-A like I was a total, complete stranger. I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? I'm not going to do this to myself anymore. So I stopped going to, that was a Chick-fil-A. She got a job. There was like 3 Chick-fil-A's in our town, and she happened to get the job at the Chick-fil-A that was by my house, but she wouldn't hardly ever come to my house. So I was thinking this morning when I was having my quiet, I read my Coda devotion, and I read a little God time for women usually, and try to pray and center myself. And like I said, I wrote down the Serenity Prayer. So I said, if it had not been totally destroyed, I would have stayed. Like with my kids when I left Georgia, with my brother when I left Southern California. If I hadn't been like, this is totally not cool, I'm out of here. And and then the situation with my brother woke me up to he's been like this our whole lives. He's been, he was abusive to me when we were when we were in Boca Raton, when we were in California before we went to Boca Raton, and I'm like, no, hitting me was not acceptable. My parents should not have let that happen, but they did. And thus I ended up codependent with people who abused me. And then, the same thing, like if the relationship with the YouTube community and the bullies, and then the bullies' enablers, if that hadn't been totally destroyed, I thought, I'm like, well, this person's nice and this person's nice and this person, but they all ended up enabling the bully and being like siding with the bully against me, and it's like, okay, I need to leave that. And then when with Gladys, if it had not been totally destroyed, I would have, and I didn't want to stay in St. Louis. That's the thing. Why would I say, I had said something to, and I think back and I'm like, why the heck would I say that? I don't want to buy a house there. I offered to buy because it was cheap, it was cheap and it was a nice house, and it was a nice house, and it was built in 1928. But the thing with, and I found this with Albert's three-level condominium too. The thing with, and Albert's condominium was about the same size as Gladys's house, which was a freestanding house. But back then, 2022, I was like, I'll, buy the house off of you. I thought, when I got the money from my dad, I thought about buying a house, but I really wasn't ready to have that responsibility again, and I didn't want to, and especially not in St. Louis. I don't want to buy a house there. I mean, Belleville, Illinois, but it's right by St. Louis. So, and even that, it's like if things hadn't have been like, it's good that it's totally like the way to get, and the rats got me going too. I talked about the rats on Monday. The rats in my house in Georgia really got me downsizing because, like I said, I had so much stuff, like 1,500 books. I had dolls. I had baby dolls. I had Cabbage Patch dolls. I had stuffed animals. I had knickknacks, knick-knack, paddywhack, give your dog a bone. I had too much stuff. Oops, knocked my knife on the floor. Probably see if Albert wants my cool trash can that opens when you step on the pedal. That trash can. Or maybe I'll sell it. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I might sell that next week. One more kind of big thing to sell. But yeah, so it's like God gets me moving. So and it's good. Oh, and I wrote about this morning how I'm learning to let go sooner. I'm learning to see the red flags faster and be like, nope. Sorry, that's not okay. Nope. Bye. So yeah, I'm getting kind of, just like, nope, no red flags. Cool with me. Sorry. So, yeah. And had a person in here too, that like, I know is MAGA, and, trying to come back to my channel. And that was kind of like why I just sort of let that friendship fade away. She came into my channel and I'm just like, oh, hi. Hi. And I'm like, no, it's not cool. I'm not, like I've said before, I am honestly, I'm done being mad about Trump. I mean, I know who Trump is. I'm upset with the people that I thought were my friends and that voted for this. They voted for this. Like, you voted for this. And I'm sorry, it's not cool with me. It's not. Like one of them before the election said, like, we'll always be, and I was a member of their channel, and I was, moderating for them. They were moderating for me. And, I went to their house on the way to the Michigan meetup and everything. Sweetest couple. Saw them when I was in courtside, and, and the guy was like, we'll always be friends, even though, you're for Kamala and I'm for, and I was just like, okay. And I'm like, I don't know about that. And then go to his Facebook, and he has Trump like taking out the garbage, and Kamala and Biden in the back of a garbage truck. And I'm like, bye, Roy. And I'm like, no, I'm not cool with that. I'm not. I'm sorry, not. No apologies, not cool with that. Not my president. Protest on Monday. How about you, Glenn? Are you off on President's Day? It's not my President's Day. Yes. And I'm going to be calling Lauren Boebert. They said to call your Republican people. Call your senators. Call your representatives. Call. Protest. Let's do something. Was that workout guru Susan Powder? Remember her? And she used to say, "Stop the insanity! Stop the insanity! Stop the clown circus!" I can't believe these people. And I need to go get your vaccines. And that's what I was starting to say. I worked for an immunologist. She was a doctor. She was a good doctor. That's who I worked for 30 years ago. That I don't know. Should I have put it on my resume? Maybe I would have gotten a job. I don't know. But all of that working together, because if I hadn't done Airbnb, I wouldn't have met Gladys. And then I had someplace to go when I left Georgia, because Gladys was in the Air Force and got transferred up there. And I don't know. God's been leading me all this way. All the way my Savior leads me. That's an old hymn. So, yeah. Here's somebody in the corridor. I think my neighbor's getting DoorDash or something delivered. I will be doing some cleaning next week, so I will make sure to keep the TV on YouTube and not on the news. Yeah, I get my news off of YouTube. But sometimes, I watch MSNBC. I like The Daily Show. I need to have a laugh. I like to watch The View because it's entertaining too, besides just being informative. I'm sorry, I do. I don't like Alyssa Griffith. Oh gosh, she's dope. She's a dope. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. I feel like she just went along and she's just going along with the flow. That's all. But anyways, I like to watch The View. I like to watch, like I said, Politics Girl, Brian Tyler Cohen. But yeah, it's not. And since I started watching news, I don't have more anxiety. When I stopped watching the news, I don't think it really helped my anxiety. I don't know. I don't think it really did. I just didn't want. I feel like now I look at it as I had my head in the sand. I just didn't want to. I mean, I voted for Biden, but then, I was traveling around in my RV and I just had my head in the sand. I wasn't paying attention to what was going on. And then I might have felt better if I had done something earlier. I think I would have. But anyways, at least my anxiety went away when I started speaking out in October. So But this is the woman's stuck inside her house. And it's about when you're judging others, but you're doing the same things. And the verse I put before it is Romans 2, verse 1. Therefore you are inexcusable, O man or woman, whoever you are who judge. For in whatever you judge another, you condemn yourself. For you who judge practice the same things. Wow. The woman stuck inside her house. The woman stuck inside her house. Can someone please coax her out? She thinks she's free, but she's not. What is this? Just her sad lot? Peace and love, she says, is the way, but war and hate she speaks all day. The Beatles sang of nowhere, man. This woman's also in his land. Can someone help to stop her pain? If Scarecrow only had a brain. She talks down from her high horse. She can't understand what she does, of course. She's stuck in I, me, my land while others try to take her hand. She talks of open-mindedness, yet closes the door on their kindness. Lonely, jealous could she be? Yet she has lots of company. Anger, fear, anxiety. She says you hide in your piety. She judges and says, do not judge. She says she doesn't like to debate, but she starts it up. She is too late. They say you become like what you focus on. Well, then I won't worry about her. I'm gone. Are you offended? You shouldn't be, because this poem is about me. Oh, Alyssa? Absolutely fabulous. That's what you told me about before. I need to look that up. Let me write that down. They need someone on the other side. See, they used to have, like, I don't think they have any conservatives. I think she's the only conservative on there now. But I thought they used to have like 3 and 3, like Whoopi and Joy. I guess some of them, like Sarah Haynes, I don't really know her, and Sunny Hostin are sort of moderates, but they all don't, none of them like Trump. And then Alyssa said she didn't vote for him, but she's still a Republican. And then she's going on like making, oh, and Biden shouldn't have, whining about Biden pardoning his whole family, and really it's bad for his legacy. And I'm like, shut up, like he had to do that. If it weren't for the Republicans, and the Republic, like, wake up, Republicans. This is not the Reagan Republicans. This is MAGA. This is maggots. These are not the Republicans like Reagan was a Republican, or even Bush. This is not. The Republican Party's gone. It's gone. It's all MAGA now. And they're not, and I really don't like, maybe someday she'll wake up too. Let me I'll write this down. Okay. Absolutely fabulous. Yeah. Didn't you tell me about this before? I'm going back to my church on this Sunday, so I'm happy about that. But you mean Alyssa, not Melissa. It's Alyssa. Alyssa Farrah Griffith. If I only had a brain. My bad. But yeah. And they all look at her like, what you talking about? What you talking about? It won't ever be the same. Yeah. It's a mess. It's such a huge mess. It's like a circus, and like, I can't believe they confirmed. My doctor told me, and I didn't even see, last time I got my COVID shot and my flu shot at the same time, and it was horrible. And my doctor was like, yeah, no, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't have done that. And yeah. They said it was okay. They said I could do that. And it made me so sick. And I guess I think that's why I'm kind of, and now it's like, oh gosh, I'm about to go to California, but I think I'm going to get my shots. Yeah, get your shots, because who knows what this idiot, and even cousin coming out, Carolyn Kennedy, coming out and saying, like, no, don't do this. He is, you know, he's a bad man. I mean, he puts the little chicks and the little things in the blender for his hot. He was a cocaine. Some of her relatives died because of him, because he got them hooked on cocaine. I mean, oh goodness. I think that's the reason for his voice thing too. I mean, they say it's something else, but when he brainworm guy, oh my goodness, it's just like, it's insane. And then Tulsi Gabbard, that is just, they're all aligned with the Russians. It's just, it's scary. It's really frightening. I'm surprised that I have less anxiety now. It's crazy that I do, but I don't know. But it's like what Martha Beck explained, is that being informed, you know, and then what she said about the creativity too, and holding in your truth is not good for you. Yes, Alyssa. Yeah, and I believe there's still a judgment, but yeah, there's still a judgment, but there's not eternal conscious torment. I have one that reminds me, Brenda. Did you read your book? Did you read the Raising Hell book, Brenda? I have one left if anybody wanted me to send it to them. I have two left, but I'm giving one to my pastor. If he says he wants it, I think he'll probably read it. Yeah, the government is basically going to enslave the working middle class until there are only the rich and everyone else is poor. And now some people are dropping out of the Kennedy Center. He became the chairperson. Trump became the chairperson of the Kennedy Center, and now, and I'm glad. I'm glad people are dropping out of it. Some one artist, she canceled her concert at the Kennedy Center. So yeah, watch all these things, and they're actually encouraging, because like stuff that I maybe wouldn't have heard about otherwise, they talk about it. So don't sweat the small stuff. But what's going on? Like we need to do, and I feel better when I do something. Like I felt better when I called Lauren Boebert, but I'm like, oh brother, like she's not going to listen to me. But anyways, they're getting a record amount of calls, which is good. And also that there's so many channels, y'all. I can't even watch them all. There is a lot of good channels. There's Tennessee Brando. There's Jessica. I think I have the link below for Jessica Denson. Let me see. I think I do have the Politics Girl link below also. Let me see. What links did I put below? Let me see. What links did I put below? Yes, I have Jessica Denson's linked below. And Politics Girl. Those are linked below. Yep. But we need to not just sit by and let this stuff happen. We got to do something. And so you watch Absolutely Fabulous on YouTube, Brenda? Is it on YouTube? How many hours? I've gone 2 hours now. So, yeah, I think I said on I should say it again on my Facebook. Oh well, I blocked that YouTuber. I said that put the picture of Trump taking out the trash. If anyone's trash, it's them. It's not us. Biden and Kamala have more class in their little pinky fingers than Trump has in his whole freaking body. He's a disgrace, an embarrassment to this country. And now, let's get Greenland and call it red, white, and blue land, and let's turn Gaza into a resort. He's like, I just like so many people. It's sad that so many people have been duped. I mean, how can you think that this is an intelligent man who could run our country and that he has any sense of right and wrong or morals to do so? I mean, it's insane. It's insane. I'm gonna write a poem about all of this too. I'm gonna start writing again. So it's encouraging. Personally, I'm doing better, and I'm glad I'm getting out of this. This is a perfect time for me to get out of this expensive apartment with all this stuff going on. Yeah, so Kari, I should ask her how to pronounce her name. It's Kari. I think it's Kari. Okay, so she's going to come Sunday instead of tomorrow because Sunday's weather looks better. I'm going to have to tell her that after church. Go to church in Parker. So after, I think about 11:30. So yeah. So things for me personally are going good, but I am really, really, really super concerned about our country, and I expect to find groups. I expect to find a good group of Democrats in San Diego to get involved with and to get involved locally there. And yeah, Maybe I'll be a representative somewhere from over there one day. Who knows? Who knows? You never know. You never know. You never know. Or maybe I'll become the Golden Bachelorette. You never know what Red's going to do. We'll see. Well, let's see what happens. Keep watching. Keep watching. Okay. She sent me the thumbs up. Yay. Oh, do you ever watch Pete Monzingo? He makes funny videos with his mom. His mom's a little person. He put a doll in her bed and she socked it. That's funny. That's a good YouTuber, TikTok, or Instagram to watch. Pete Mozingo. She would change the channel. Why did your daughter not like it? My daughter, and the one that's so like Christian now, but you voted Green Party, and it's like you voted Green Party for like he's everything against. You made the guy, that doesn't even believe science, and oh my goodness, and it's just like, why did you do this? She was honest with me and told me that it's like, why are you telling don't talk about politics? I didn't talk. I said it to you one time and you said Kamala's better than Trump, and I'm like, okay, good, okay, she's voting for Kamala, I'm good. And then she tells me she voted for the Green Party. Like, what? Why? How did you get duped? How did you get duped? Was it your husband? Was it your, I'm like, what the heck? I don't understand it. But my daughter used to hate Joyce Meyer, used to make fun of Joyce Meyer because I watched Joyce Meyer all the time when she was a teenager, and when she was a teenager pretty much. And I had so much Joyce Meyer stuff. I sold them for like $13. I put it in this big bag. I had all of these DVDs. I had CDs. I had probably 100, and I had books. Some Joyce Meyer books I took to the free library, the little boxes around like at the parks and stuff. And there's one at my church, actually. Yeah. She would make fun of Joyce Meyer. And I meant to ask her, like, I did say something to her. I was like, Joyce Meyer is so good to listen to. And I meant to ask her, I never did though. Like, how do you feel about her now? And why did you hate Joyce Meyer so much? I think it was just something like a teenage thing. I felt like it was just a teenage thing that, you like Joyce Meyer, so I don't, and so she made fun of her and stuff. She said the only person in the cast that had any brains was the teenage daughter. Okay. I need to check it out since you keep talking about it. You're making me curious, Brenda. But anyways, let me do one more poem and then let me find one more poem and then pray for y'all. I wonder if Elsa went to bed. Sweet potato dreams, Elsa. Are you still here? That's what Elsa always says, sweet potato dreams. Elsa and Eric came in. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching the replay. I really appreciate it. You know how I say, like, if I rant and rave, it gets more views. And the troll, remember when the troll came on? It was like a month ago. I was just looking when I set up this live and then I put it on the TV over here. That one with the troll that came up on my live pretending to be my friend Loves, that video is up to 90 views, which is very good for one of my lives. When I went live with Brenda from Burning Man, it got over 100 views, so I appreciated that. But yeah, this one with the troll, like, it's like I have to get on there and I have to rant and rave. I have to. I'm mad. Things are going great in my life personally. I am happy to be single. I am happy to live alone. I'm praying to save money to find a very compatible roommate, like a woman my age, really nice and not codependent and not toxic. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep renting this Airbnb. I don't know. Robin seems nice, but we'll see. But I am happy now to live alone. Like, when I was just so codependent and moved out of my ex's house, I was like thrown into just a mess. I was just such a mess. I'm in a much better place now personally, but I'm really concerned for our country and I want to get involved. And I'm going Monday to Denver to protest. Not my President Day. So, I'm going through my prayer list. Elsa, Eric, Brenda, Glenn. 7 watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, whoever you are. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. I want to read you my poem about leaving Neverland. Let me find it in my red poems. And that Red Eyes poem is like goes with the red poem, so it has the colors in it. Okay. So this is the one too about me having the dream about my daughter being at my house and spending the night at my house. And it did come true, which was kind of cool. It did come true. She did spend one night at she didn't come live with me. And I think when she finally wanted to, it was really kind of too late. And I was getting ready. And it was when Gladys had moved in 2019. And I didn't realize she wasn't treating me nicely. And I think she just wasn't getting along with her sister when she moved in with her sister, my oldest. And she was thinking of moving in with me. And she texted me out of the blue, hadn't talked to her in months. And like I said, I stopped going to the Chick-fil-A because she handed me my Chick-fil-A like I was a complete stranger. And I was so upset. It was just heartbreaking to be in Georgia and not even have a relationship with them. And I felt like I was kind of under my ex's thumb, I was kind of in control. I said the thing about having the electricity cut off on Valentine's Day and having to call and ask for money to turn my electricity back on. Because I'm like doing Airbnb, I can't have no electricity. It was like so humiliating. It was just awful. And like he knew right where I was. And I felt like there was just a method to his madness. He gave me that smaller house. He knew like all the memories there. All my babies were born when we lived in that house, because even my youngest, we moved into the big house when she was 6 months old. So, and then, turning my babies against me, and then I'm in the house where it was just like I was so depressed, and then in the credit card debt. And that's why still I say getting out of Georgia was like the best thing for me that I could have done. It was so helpful and so great and awesome and wonderful. And then that I got the money from my mom and dad was kind of miraculous because of the way my siblings are and towards me. And it was kind of miraculous the way God worked out for me to care for my sister-in-law, because that kind of made it like my brother can't cut me out of this. My sister would have gladly cut me out of it, I think. And she probably could have gotten my brother to go along with it. They could have tried. And I know they wanted to. They delayed it a lot. I found out later, I'm pretty sure that they got it months before I did. And I didn't realize it at the time, but I was traveling to California because I just got my RAV and left St. Louis and went to Carol, Glorious Life on Wheels meetup and stuff. And they were delaying it and, trying to. I wonder now what they told them. Like, if you can delay it this long, then you'll get to split this money, But I mean, I feel like they were trying, and so it was really miraculous. And I read that again, and even was reading my journal from when I left Georgia in 2020, and my dad passed away. That was when he passed away, and at that time, I didn't know how much he had. I didn't know. I didn't know how much he had. And I knew my sister had the will, and I thought she was in charge of it. And I wasn't expecting to get anything. And I said that in my journal when he passed. And so I'm very thankful that I was able to get that money and be in this apartment for 2.5 years. So yeah, I had that. Well, I don't know if Elsa's still here. I was saying, Elsa, are you still here? So maybe that's 5 mystery viewers. Now it's down to 6, maybe 4. Because I had Elsa, Eric, Brenda, Glenn. That's all I saw in the chat. But I put the mystery viewers on the prayer list. Okay. Mystery viewers. Welcome, mystery viewers. If you're a Christian who voted for Trump, you need to repent. If you're one of my children, I love you. If you're my ex, stop drinking. And yes, I'm going to California. What's it to you? Did Mary tell you? I'm like, I didn't tell. So my I told you my ex's neighbor called me. I'm like, what? This was my friend. I basically sold that, but neighbors, I didn't get any commission, nothing, man. I sold the neighbor's house when it went up for sale. It was amazing. But yeah, I can't even remember now who lived there before then. But it was someone I've known for like 20 years. She called me out of the blue. Thankfully, I got my old number back. I'm like, wow. And I don't usually answer the phone when I don't know who it is, but lately I've been answering it and I've been able to hear them. So it's been kind of weird. So yeah, that was kind of a miraculous thing too. And then I had told you a few weeks ago, I found out my green card guy is in Georgia still. Like he did want to stay in Georgia. He's in Georgia. Yep. In the city where my boys went to school, University of Georgia. Yep. He wanted to stay in Georgia. So I'm wondering if he got one of those now that all this stuff is coming up and I'm more informed than I used to be. Now I'm like wondering, maybe he got that H-1B visa because he's a doctor. Maybe he got that and he was probably glad that Trump, because his visa was expiring in 2019 in June. And he was under Trump's travel ban. And that's why he got grandfathered in, because he got his visa before Trump's travel ban. So that was his story. That's why he was cozying up to me. I think he was really going to marry me, y'all. That's crazy. But no, I couldn't do it. Thankfully, I woke up to it. 2.5 years in that apartment is good. Yeah. I think I'm one of the I was talking to the kid that came in, did my inspection, but he didn't look at anything. I spent a long time cleaning the oven. I scrubbed that thing and I nearly passed out from the fumes, and it's like 1 degree outside, and I'm like opening the door. I'm like, it's freezing, but I need some air because this stuff stinks. And I spent $8 on this Easy Off oven cleaner. $8. It's $8 a can. Like, I should give that away to someone at church too and be like, do you need to clean your oven? Because this was expensive and I don't want to throw it away. So I'm hoping to get rid of a lot of things like that. All my tea I took to Coda. It's in the Coda cupboard. Because they have a hot water thing there. And so a lot of them get a cup of tea for Coda. And so I put it in there. And I'm going to read you my Leaving Neverland poem. So, and the funny thing is, like, speaking of Mohammed, right before my daughter got the job, so it was when, it was 2018 when we both went. So me and my teenage daughter both went to interviews, open interviews at Chick-fil-A, trying to get a job there in 2018. And guess who got hired? They hire my teenage daughter and don't hire me. And towards the end, when I feel like Mohammed was laying it on thick, we would go get Chick-fil-A every single night. He loved it, because all of the places he's like, oh, Saudi Arabia has that. Saudi Arabia has that. Except for not Sonny's Barbecue because they don't eat pork. But yeah, we have the KFC and we have the, but they don't have Chick-fil-A. So he loved Chick-fil-A. So we would go to Chick-fil-A every night, and it was right before my daughter got the job there at that Chick-fil-A. And it was right by the hospital where he was interning at. But anyways, so that's the Chick-fil-A story. That's my FU Chick-fil-A story. And I still eat Chick-fil-A. Oh my goodness. They're too conservative, and I don't know. I won't. I haven't in a while. So I finally got rid of, I loved this comforter, and I got the comforter for the blue room before Lydia, really, because I didn't know I was going to end up doing Airbnb, and I fixed the red room for my sons because it was Georgia Bulldogs, and the blue room I hoped Lydia would be in. So I got a nice queen. I painted it blue. I got this blue fluffy comforter, which I had in my RV too. I love that comforter. I just now gave it to Goodwill. I'm like, I'm going to let it go. But anyways, I fixed this room and I wrote this poem, and it's because of the dream I had and because I read them Peter Pan, and we loved the Peter Pan story and the movies, and the Hook movie and then the Peter Pan story. And in my library in the big house, I had the Peter Pan poster that was my daughter's from the movie with who's in that movie? I don't know, a lot of people. It's the newer one. But before this poem, I have a quote from Peter Pan. The children waited for her cry of joy, but it did not come. She saw them, but then she saw them so often in their beds in her dreams that she thought that this was just a dream still. She sat down in the chair by the fire where in the old days she had nursed them. J.M. Barrie, Peter Pan. And the dream gave me hope that she will come home from Neverland. Leaving Neverland, I awoke to see her in her bed. This was a dream I had. Like so often in my dreams, we read in bed not so long ago about the land of Narnia and the boy who lived, Chronicles of Narnia and Harry Potter. Those demigods, Jackson, what's that called? The Demigods was a Percy Jackson, books. And Unfortunate Kids, a series of unfortunate events. Their parents who died in a fire. Will my kids always see me as a loser mom who lived? Can't even find a job. I'm nothing without Bob. What did I work all those years for? Why did he always want more? Why did I let them control and disrespect me? When will they ever come back from the land of the enemy? That's a verse in Jeremiah. See who is truly the bad guy here. The mom who read and sang to us. Jesus loves me. You are my sunshine. Let me be your teddy bear. I sang that to my son Teddy. Put a chain around my neck. Lead me anywhere. And they did. They all did. I did what I thought they wanted. He always said before, you have a job. So I cooked, I cleaned, I went to games, I took the lead. I'm taking a break now from serving you. It's my turn. For so long, I tried to do just what they wanted me to. Time to grow up. People pleasing can't be done. They're never satisfied like Mick. But God's yoke is easy. His burden is light. His path is right. Shining ever brighter unto the perfect day. He won't take my sunshine away like you did. Let me read you another one because I was like, I haven't read that one in a while and I forgot about it. I found it on my Instagram and pinned it to this top, and I took a picture of my little angels that I got in South Carolina at Charleston, South Carolina when I went with Joyce back in 2003. And this poem is called Entertaining Angels, which is a Newsboys song, but also it's a verse in Hebrews 13:2. Do not forget to entertain strangers, for by so doing, some have unwittingly entertained angels. Hebrews 13:2. I'll share the song. I was kind of a Zuma Beach is still playing. I was kind of not that kind of roadie, but we'd follow around the Newsboys. Me and I always go to them when I would bring them red velvet cupcakes, and they'd know Red was there because I brought them red velvet cupcakes. So I would make red velvet cupcakes for the Newsboys, but this was one of their songs from the old Newsboys. It's like we were groupies, but we were Christian groupies. We didn't do the bad stuff. But the song that this poem is based on is called Entertaining Angels. And I will share this song by the old Newsboys. And so I met them, the new ones too, And I went on a missions trip to Mexico with the Newsboys in 2017 and 2018. But not all of them go, but Michael goes and the drummer goes. And yeah, I don't think so. This apartment, they won't let you do. They don't let you leave anything. That's why I find so much stuff in the garbage. Yeah, that's what I did. Like at my house, I knew my neighbor across the street would get them, so I put my cleaning supplies in the trash, and so my neighbor across the street would pick up it. I mean, she picked up the rat nest sofa, the sofa that the rats made a nest in. I said, do not take, because the rats are attracted to the rat smell, and so it's bad. It attracts rats to your house. So I said, don't take it. I'm pretty sure she got it though. She would take anything I put out there. I had a carpet that our dog at the old house peed on so many times. I could not get the stink out of it. She took that out of my garbage. It's like, okay, I'm telling you, it stinks, but whatever. So yeah, I didn't feel so bad. I didn't feel like it was wasted, And I'm like, oh, I already told Albert's going to get my vacuum cleaner. But like at the house in Georgia, I put that in the garbage. And so it wasn't like this at all when I left. Gladys's, it was all her stuff. And so I left her a lot of stuff. I left her a lot of food. Because I was going to stay longer at Gladys's, but I just ended up leaving. She was going to Mexico, and she tried to act like she wasn't going. Like, I don't have anybody to go with, and you need to pay me back for that. And I'm just like, I know you're a liar, whatever. But anyways, I bought all this food because the Jake-ass guy left all this food, and I was going to cook it for her. And I didn't want it to go to waste. And so I bought more food and I just like, ugh. Then I just left all that stuff there. But when I left my house, I had to leave it empty. Too. I think I left them the lawnmower. I couldn't get it working anymore though. I don't know what was wrong with it. It was probably fixable. But I left them the lawnmower, some other stuff like that in the shed. But we had people hoard the shed. Oh my goodness. So much stuff in the shed. Oh my goodness. My friend, the neighbor across the street, whose name was Susan also, she took a lot of that stuff for me too. I cleaned it out before I moved in there. I cleaned out the shed. It was filled with so much. It was hoarded. The shed was hoarded out. It was bad. But I got rid of the rats, and I got all my stuff out of that. I rented a U-Haul. I took it to the storage, and then I was sorting it out. I was in the hotel, and I was sorting out the stuff, and I would take stuff back to the hotel. I would go through it. I got rid of destroyed papers and threw away journals and threw away even a couple of my mom's journals. I wish I hadn't now, kind of. But I left one of them for my daughter. I don't know what she did with it. And then all these wood things, like I said, I had a big box of wood things my dad made, like that, like the puzzle for my son. And I got this wood. This was my dad's wood box. This box I showed you guys earlier. This is all my jewelry. It's kind of heavy. It's got like all my jewelry in it, mostly. And that's in my bathroom. And so those were the things I kept. And it was so much more stuff from when I left Georgia. Now this is a lot easier, and And I'm thankful I don't have any dysfunctional relationships dying right now, unless you count my kids. but anyways, that's been not going good. I want to read you this poem, and then I'm going to pray for y'all and let you go. Okay, so it's called "Entertaining Angels," and it's based on that Newsboys song, which is based on the verse in Hebrews. And this is about how, when I used to say to my husband, I need to get a job, because he acted like, we couldn't afford anything. And I didn't know how much money he was putting in. And I'm thankful he was, but it was still called, when I realized about this thing called financial abuse, that's what he did. Only he made it look like it wasn't, because I was in control of the money, or I thought I was in control of the money, but I really wasn't. Because no matter what I did, I couldn't get us out of credit card debt, because he was, unbeknownst to me, putting so much into the 401k. But I'm glad, because I got half of that. So, but this is called Entertaining Angels. And it starts out where I'm talking to my husband saying, I need to get a job. And then when I couldn't find a job after my separation and divorce, it's like I said to God, I need a job. And he's like, you have a job and you're going to be doing the same thing that you were doing before. So this is called Entertaining Angels. So I said to him, I need a job. You have a job, he said. Wash the sheets and towels, cook, clean, give, feed the dog and the people, read the word and pray, write, play your flute, say your poems, listen, teach, and stay. So I said to God, I need a job. You have a job, he said. Wash the sheets and towels, cook, clean, give, feed the dog and people, read the word and pray, write, play your flute, say your poems, listen, teach, and stay. So, and my kids used to be little angels too. All right, I'm going to pray for y'all and let you go. I think I'm going to list my, so last Friday night, I was so wound up too for my live, you guys. I couldn't sleep, and I think I had too much caffeine. That day. And so like I slept in on Saturday, and it's like I just listed stuff, and I had all these messages. I'm like, I need to go to bed early on Friday, because Saturday is when people are looking for stuff to buy on Facebook Marketplace. And so after this, I'm going to list my grill. I think I'm only going to put like $70, probably going to go down to $50. And I have I'm going to give the propane away with it, but I think it's like half full, or a third full, a fourth full. I don't know. I grill year round though. And that's why my grill is a mess. And because of the shish kebab I do on there, oh goodness, it's such a mess when I clean it. It's such a mess. I cleaned it the other day, and then it's not lighting like evenly. It's like on one side, and so I'm like, I'm not gonna get a lot for this. My grill in Georgia, it broke towards the end. I mean, that's how much I used it too, but so I basically gave it away. I think for $15, and I had gotten a full tank, because I was trying to get it to work, because I was trying to use it at the end. It didn't work. And like a full tank of propane is $30. And so I was out money. I basically gave it away and gave the propane away. I'm like, she tried to talk me down, and I'm like, it doesn't work, but the propane was $30. So hello. So $15, you're getting a deal. And anyways, you have a man that maybe can fix this. I don't know. It was something with, I don't know if they were able to fix it or not, but anyways, they got a full tank of propane. They put some charcoal in there. I don't know. It was a gas grill. Yeah. But anyways, I'm going to pray for y'all and let you go. Because I got to go to bed early, because people will message me early in the morning, hopefully, about my grill. I don't want to I'm not going to mark my chair down yet. I'm not going to. I think I have 175 on it. What do I have on it? I don't know. Anyways, like I said, go to the protest Monday, not my President Day. Dear Lord, thank you for these friends and followers. I pray that you bless them. Please be with Elsa. I pray that you be with her, watch over her. Thank you for keeping her well. Bless her children and her fur babies, and watch over her. Watch over our friend Elsa. And I thank you for Eric coming in here. I pray you bless him and his family. Be with him. Bless his channel. Please bless Brenda. Thank you that she's been able to travel this past month and keeping her safe. Bring her safely home. Thank you for her. Thank you for her moderating on my channel and for her being here. Bless her children and her grandchildren. I pray for Glenn. I pray you bless his family and his friends and be with him and guide us all in our lives, Lord. I pray for the mystery viewers. Thank you for being here. And I pray you bless them and their families and be with them. And I appreciate them watching and giving me the watch time. Lord, please help this country, Lord. I pray that we would all speak up, that we would be informed. I pray for people that voted for Trump to wake up and to see how truly bad he is for this country, Lord. I pray that they would get Elon out of our government, Lord. Lord, I pray for Ukraine. Lord, I pray for Gaza. I thank you for the ceasefire, Lord, but I just, Lord, I pray that the lawsuits would continue to come up, that people continue to speak out. I pray that people in Congress and the House of Representatives would be able to stand against Trump, Lord. Please help them to have some balls and not be afraid. Let us not live in fear. Thank you for AOC, Lord. Thank you for Hakeem Jeffries, Lord. Thank you for Elizabeth Warren. Thank you for all the people speaking up and standing out, Lord. I thank you for James Tallarico. Lord, just help us to stay informed. Help us to protest. Help us to do what we can. Help us to call. Help us to write. Help us to resist, Lord. Please help this country, Lord. I thank you even for the artists that are standing against Trump being the head of the Kennedy Center, Lord. I thank you for Kendrick Lamar. Thank you for him and the statement he made. Did y'all think about it? I still haven't watched it. I want to watch it now that I've heard so much about it. Thank you for that, Lord. Please help us to be strong and stand against this evil regime. Yeah, I said that because it's true. Lord, I pray that the Trump followers would wake up, Lord, that they would listen to the right news, that they would fact check. And I pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. There was one more thing. You're headed north tomorrow. Okay. There was one more thing. I wanted to listen to the end of I wanted you to listen to the end because Lee McGowan, the politics girl, on the end of her book addresses MAGA people. And I really liked what she said. Let me see if I can get to that part of it. It's a return to common sense. And now it's at the beginning. So I need to...
Simon & Schuster Audio present
Introduction. America 101.
She goes
The
through
six American
everything,
principles.
how everything works in government.
Principle one.
This book is so good. If you don't
America is a
know,
land of freedom.
if you don't know how government
Freedom is
works,
the
you need to get
fundamental
this book.
Principle 1. America is a land of freedom. Principle 1. Principle 1. America is a land of freedom.
Oh, okay. Wait.
Freedom is the fundamental principle on which afterward. When I started the Politics Girl Project, my intention was to educate and inspire. I wanted people to understand how things worked so they could get their heads around what needed to be fixed. Then I wanted them to care enough to want to fix things. I believe in the American experiment. I believe in a nation founded on the noble ideals of liberty and justice,
Let me
built
drop
on the
this.
foundations of freedom within the protection of the rule of law. I know we could be the country we tell people we are. We've simply lost our way and allowed the wrong people too much power. It's time we took that power back. The 6 American principles are a map we can follow to a future of which we can be proud. If we know who we are and what we stand for, then we move forward with intention, and we measure ourselves and our leaders against those benchmarks. Americans deserve to live in a free nation of opportunity, where our vote counts and our leaders listen. We can't have different sets of rules for different sets of people, and those who have the honor of representing this country should be held to the very highest standard, because they are the ones responsible for protecting our right to a better, richer, fuller life. A social order where every person has the opportunity, be it or a communist or hate it when women speak. Please know you have not been abandoned, and the louder and ability to make change. We want anger, and I'd like to end this audiobook by speaking directly to those who call themselves conservative or MAGA, as I believe they have claimed the mantle of American patriot without proper authority.
They have.
Dear MAGA, the number of you who see my work and are so sure I'm making things up astounds me. You're absolutely convinced that what I'm saying is wrong, that Democrats are liars and cheats, woke liberal monsters driving the country into the ground. Some of you throw around words like communist and socialist, but many just go with evil or typical, as in typical a Democrat would say that. Say what? That Republicans are planning to take your Social Security? That's not something I'm saying. That's what they wrote down they're going to do. That's what they've been working on for years.
2025.
I'm not telling you Republicans are coming for your rights. They're coming for your rights. They already took a woman's right to her own body in red states, and they're being very clear the plan is to expand that to the whole country should they get back in power. They're on record and video saying gay marriage shouldn't be allowed and contraception should be banned. That we're a Christian nation and people shouldn't be able to opt out of Christianity. So what I want to say to all the people who try to school and shame and undermine me is, what if I'm right? What if the news you listen to and the politicians you like are the ones deceiving you? It's not hard to check what I'm saying. I check what I'm saying.
Fact check, people.
Everything. I'm so careful about making sure what I put out there is the truth. Can you say the same about your sources of information?
Can you?
What if it's not the Democrats trying to hurt you, but your own party tricking you into hurting yourself? The right wing is counting on you to just vote Republican without looking into what it's doing. But if they win, I think you're going to be very surprised when all the things you've been hearing from the liars turns out to be true.
Before the election.
When IVF really is banned, when your prescription drug prices really do go up, when you're kicked off your insurance or your parents lose their Social Security and have to move in with you. You're going to be pretty upset when you find your rapist has more rights than you, or when the Republicans default on your loans because crashing the economy is how you build an oligarchy. And I think you'll be particularly surprised when your party doesn't just suppress Black votes or liberal votes, but your vote, because you gave them so much unchecked power, they didn't need you anymore. I'm not asking you to believe what I believe. I'm asking you to check. I'm telling you democracy and human rights are on the line, and I'm suggesting you make sure I'm actually lying before you vote. Because what if you're wrong? Here's the thing. The people of California don't hate the people of Arkansas. The city doesn't hate the country. The LGBTQIA+ community isn't trying to take anything from the cishet community.
They're not.
Our religion has no bearing on our morality, just as our color doesn't reflect our humanity. People try to divide us because they want us on teams. They want us stuck in our identities. So we don't realize we're all American and our futures are inextricably linked.
Yes.
The only people who benefit from the idea that our fellow citizens are our enemies are those in positions of power who are best served when we fight one another rather than collectively standing up to them. We must find a way to see each other's humanity before our personal identity. As a friend of mine says, I just want to be able to stop and help someone at the side of the road without first having to check their bumper sticker to make sure we're on the same side. We don't need an alien invasion or a global catastrophe to find our way back to each other. We need an agreed upon set of ideals and a shared intention to make things better. Please understand I wish you no ill. I hope about your days in this country in freedom and prosperity. Everything we liberals want for ourselves, from the freedom to love who we want to love and be who we want to be and to worship who we want to worship, we want for you.
Yes.
We want you to
Want
have
it for
clean air and
everybody.
clean water, a livable wage, quality health care, and a responsible, responsive government. None of this is just for us. An American pledges liberty and justice for all. If you can't get behind that, then maybe stop thinking you're the one who's the patriot.
Yeah.
With respect, Lee.
I wanted to play that for y'all. But a great book, Return to Common Sense. If you're looking for something to listen to on Audible, I recommend that. I hear a lot about that book on tyranny. I want to get that one too. But right now I'm listening to Dr. Martha Beck about anxiety. Beyond Anxiety. That's what it's called. All right. I'm going to let you guys go. Don't say that no one cares for you, because I do, and God does too. Don't forget to pray for Red, because Red is praying for you. I will see you Monday. I'm not going to have any furniture. I will have my TV. I have my bed, my mattress. I might still have my chair. We'll see. Let's see if I can sell the barbecue this weekend. All right. Good night. Thank you.